Hello everyone and welcome back to the Chassis Variant series once again, and it's another glorious domination. It's starting to get really old hat at this point, and to anyone who says that Clantech isn't OP, why is it that I've had more of them with this than I have with the Inner Sphere stuff? I don't know, and I don't like the Clantech, but damn, these mechs are very well equipped and powerful, most of them are, and this is the first of the heavies in the Clan series. This is the Mad Dog, as it's known in the Clan space, built by Smoke Jaguar. It's a indirect fire support battle mech that when it was first encountered by the Inner Sphere it was nicknamed the Vulture, largely because it kind of resembles a vulture, although I think the original artwork has a little bit more of that style than PGI's version. And I believe I'm probably butchering it, but the Japanese name, which also means vulture, is the Hagetaka, or the Hagetaka, something along those lines. But yeah, basically I always viewed it as a kind of clan version of the Archer, because they both have very similar kind of loadouts with the quad lasers setup and the two LRM launchers, and this is kind of what the Vulture feels like, but it's 10 tons lighter but can pack so much more firepower by default. Now this is the alpha build. Mine doesn't say that because I'm using one of the other torso, so just ignore that in the paper doll there. So the alpha is an ER PPC, an LB-5, and 6 SRM6s. Now obviously the main selling point of the alpha, if you want to buy the omnipods, is the left and right torso, because the single ballistics and energy aren't really that big a deal. Its main selling point here, the orb of spinning, oh, worship the orb, the spinning orb, the orb, the spinning orb, worship the orb, in the Vulture, is that it's just incredibly deadly. The default build is pretty good, but obviously very bad heat efficiency. The only weapon that really doesn't generate heat is the LB. The ER PPC and the SRMs will very quickly overheat you. It gives you incredible alpha potential, but the great thing about the Mad Dog Alpha is just the customization with the missile hardpoints, the combination of long range, short range, the streak capabilities of it. Whatever you want to build it for, there's tons of opportunities there for you. And yeah, it's pretty much a case that you should probably buy the alpha left and right side torso just to give yourself way more options for any other vultures that you want to use, such as taking the prime chassis for instance, and maybe the arms from the prime for the energy hardpoints, and then just whacking in the two left and right side torsos. It's very, very flexible like that. Outside of that, the Vulture has always suffered from one of its biggest issues, is the fact that it's very big on firepower but very low on armor components. So it's not a mech that fares very well close up. Even max armor, it doesn't really feel that tanky. That's not surprising for the 60-ton range. It's not the most popular range, but at least in the clan side of things it can actually be very, very powerful. Obviously the big drawbacks with the Vulture is the fact that its arms are quite low slung, and it has a very pronounced left and right torso, and its CT is pretty easy to hit as well, so the mech won't stand up to direct fire for very long, and is probably best used in its intended role, which is a fire support unit. ATMs work wonders with this build. There is actually a tabletop build that I believe has 2 ATM 12s with some I think there's a mix of ER smalls and ER mediums that works brilliantly. I was using that for a while. So yeah, it can work with a whole combination of different weaponry, and for that reason I would definitely recommend the Alpha if you haven't tried it. And again, there's a lot of these that they've been out for so long, I'd be surprised if you haven't. But if you're fairly new, if you're watching these just to get an idea of the different mechs, yeah, the Mad Dog Alpha is a particularly deadly setup. Stock-wise, very hot, probably not worth it. You'd have to invest a serious amount of ammunition to make the SRM6s workable, and I'd recommend firing them in groups of 3 or possibly just chain. Firing all of them is a one-shot deal, probably best used just to take something out that might be a threat, or to completely wreck something before you get taken out. Now the match, it was an escort match, so the team got split. At this point they had the other half of the enemy team had come around. They got behind the escort target, the VIP, who I was aware that they were going to get hit in the back, and I was telling people. I think enough people reacted, which was good. It's quite rare to see this happen with the VIP, but I think Crimson Strait's one of the easier maps to win on as the defenders, and I just had so many issues with the arms. I couldn't do a lot of damage with this build, but it's not to say that it isn't good. As I said, customization wise, it's got a lot of variety to it, and that's one of the beauties really of the clan omnipod system. And one of the reasons I think that if you can get wins easily enough in stock builds like this, it's even more trying to find the word in my brain. It's basically just even more prominent of the fact that clan tech has that kind of flexibility, and that's one of the main reasons that, although they're a bit more expensive, your investment in clan tech in MechWarrior Online is probably pays off a lot more than it would if you bought Innisphere chassis. Despite the fact that some of those are still very good, they don't have that same capability to go, right, well I'll just take this, this and this, oh I've got this build that plays perfectly to my strengths, and off I go. And that's one of the things that you can really do with these with Vulture, is it's got a lot of variety to it from the different variants or configurations as they're called. You gotta stay away from saying variants with the clan stuff, because they're not variants, they're configurations. But essentially you have one and you're just changing it, and then it's this is a Alpha build, or this is the Bravo build, that kind of thing. But outside that's close enough to the end of the match. As you saw, I got killed by an Annihilator. I was trying to hold them up on the hilltop, and I got that one Alpha in with the SRM6s, so it blew a side torso off, did some damage to him, but I couldn't kill him, and then it was just a bit of a brawl underneath, and yeah, and then we get not that far off from the end of the match. So thank you all for watching, hope you have a good week. Sorry if I rambled a bit on that one, just padding it out, you know, where I can, and yeah, I'll see you all next time. Bye.